The sun was setting over the small town of Nsaka, its golden light falling across the mud houses and dusty streets. In one of those houses lived Obina, a humble carpenter. His clothes were often stained with sawdust, his hands rough from years of shaping wood, but his heart was soft, especially when it came to his wife, Ngozi. Ngozi was beautiful. Her skin was smooth, her smile could light up a room, and her presence always drew attention. Obina had married her out of pure love, believing she was the missing piece to his life. Their marriage seemed blessed when Ngozi gave birth to twin girls. The girls were named Kayameka and Chidinma, God is beautiful and God is good. Obina wept the day they were born, holding them close, whispering, "My angels, even if the world rejects me, I will fight for you." But happiness did not last. Carpentry was not enough to feed a family of 4. Obina worked long hours, sometimes returning home with only gari and groundnut soup. Ngozi, once patient, began to complain bitterly. "Obina," she snapped one night, arms folded as the lantern flickered between them, "is this the life you promised me? Other women wear lace, eat meat every day, and ride in cars. But look at me, stuck in this dusty house with crying children." Obina bowed his head. "Ngozi, I know things are hard, but give me time. The girls are still young. I am working, struggling. Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow." "Tomorrow," she cut him off. "I am tired of waiting for tomorrow. Poverty has no end in this house." Obina's heart sank. He tried to hold her, but she pushed him away. From that night, their marriage changed. One morning, Obina returned home earlier than usual. The twins were crying in their wooden cradle, but Ngozi was nowhere to be found. At first, he thought she had gone to fetch water. But hours passed, and still she did not return. Then he saw it, a folded piece of paper left on the table. His hands shook as he opened it. "Obina, I cannot suffer anymore. I deserve better than this life. Take care of your daughters if you can. Do not look for me." Obina dropped the letter, his knees giving way as tears rolled down his face. He staggered to the cradle, looking at the tiny faces of his daughters. They cried with hunger, unaware their mother had abandoned them. "Shoo, my angels," he whispered, his tears falling on their cheeks. "I am here. I will never leave you. Even if the world turns against me, I will never let you suffer alone." That day, Obina became both father and mother. Life grew harder. Obina carried the twins on his back to the workshop. While he cut wood, he hummed lullabies to keep them calm. Sometimes, customers mocked him. "Obina, you're wasting your time. These children will only grow to remind you of your failure." Their mother knew what she was doing. But Obina ignored them. He sold stools, repaired doors, and used every naira to buy food and school books for the twins. At night, when the girls were old enough to talk, they asked the question that stabbed his heart. "Papa, where is Mama?" He forced a smile. "She traveled far away. But I am here. And that is enough." The girls clung to him. To them, he was more than a father, he was their hero. Years rolled by. Kayameka and Chidinma grew into beautiful young women, the mirror of their mother's face but with their father's strength. Poverty was their daily companion, yet they never stopped dreaming. Kayameka loved technology. She would sit with broken radios and old phones, taking them apart to understand how they worked. Chidinma was different, sharp with numbers, clever with trade. She often told her sister, "If you create, I will sell. Together, we will rise." But the world was not kind. Their classmates mocked them. "Twins of poverty," the children jeered. "Even your mother ran away from you." The girls would run home in tears, but Obina comforted them. "Listen to me," he said one evening as they ate roasted yam. "Never let people's words define you. Your mother's choice does not define you. You are children of destiny. Those words stayed with them. The twins were now teenagers. Life had not been easy, but their father's words became fuel for their determination. Kayamaka would sit under the mango tree outside their home with scraps of electronics. She connected wires, tested batteries, and taught herself from old library books she borrowed. "Papa," she said one evening, holding up a repaired torchlight that glowed brightly. "See, I fixed it." Obina's tired face lit up with pride. "My daughter, you are a genius. One day, the world will know your name." Meanwhile, Chidima had taken over a small corner of her father's workshop. With just a wooden table, she started reselling little things, sachets of pure water, recharge cards, even roasted groundnuts. She kept every naira safe in a tin box. "Sister," she often told Kayamika, "I may not know how to repair things like you, but I know how to sell. One day, your inventions and my business mind will change this family story." But poverty does not loosen its grip easily. Some nights, the family ate nothing but pap and salt. Other nights, Obina worked himself to exhaustion and returned home with wounds from carpentry accidents. Still, he never complained. Instead, he prayed aloud, "Lord, keep me alive until I see my daughters shine. That is my only request." After finishing secondary school, the twins wanted to attend university. But Obina had no money for fees. The girls wept. "Papa, we have worked so hard. Must poverty stop us here?" Obina's eyes filled with tears. He wanted to sell his workshop, but even that was not enough. Then one day, an opportunity came. A local competition was announced in town, a challenge for young people to present business ideas that could help the community. The prize, 500,000 Nigerian nairas in seed funding. Kayamaka and Chidima worked day and night, sketching plans. Their idea was bold, a mobile app that would connect local farmers directly with buyers in the city. The night before the competition, Obina placed his hands on their heads and prayed, "God, even if the world rejected us, let tomorrow bring favor." The next day, the hall was packed. Youths from wealthy families came with laptops and polished suits. The twins arrived in their old dresses, holding handwritten notes. Many people laughed at them. "See them," someone whispered, "children of poverty. What can they possibly present?" But when Kayamika spoke about technology and Chidima explained the business model, the hall fell silent. Their words carried vision, courage, and fire. When the results were announced, the twins came second. They didn't win the prize. But something greater happened. Among the judges was a businessman named Chief Odebanjo. He was impressed. After the event, he approached them. "Young ladies," he said, "you remind me of myself when I was young. I see potential in your idea. Come to my office tomorrow." The next day, the twins and their father visited Chief Odebanjo. His office was filled with certificates, awards, and pictures with powerful people. "Your idea is brilliant," the chief said. "You only lacked polish. I will invest 5 million naira in your project, but in return, I will own 30% of the company." Obina nearly fell from his chair. 5 million. That was more money than he had seen in his entire life. The twins exchanged glances. Chidima asked carefully, "Chief, if you invest, will you allow us to still lead the company?" The chief smiled. "Yes. I will guide you, but the vision is yours." They agreed. And that was how Twintech Agro Solutions was born. The company started small, but the idea spread like wildfire. Farmers who once suffered from middlemen now earned more. Buyers in the city got fresh produce at fair prices. The twins worked day and night, coding, marketing, and traveling to villages. Slowly, their names began to spread across Nigeria. 5 years later, the twins stood on the stage of an international business conference in Lagos. Cameras flashed as journalists rushed forward. The announcer declared, Kayamaka and Chidinma Obinna, the youngest billionaire entrepreneurs in Nigeria. The hall erupted in applause. Obinna sat in the front row, tears running down his wrinkled face. The daughters he once carried on his back had now carried him into honor. Television stations told their story. Newspapers called them the miracle twins of Nsukka. They built schools, sponsored scholarships, and donated to hospitals. But just when their joy seemed complete, the past returned. One afternoon, as the twins stepped out of their office tower in Abuja, a woman appeared at the gate. Her clothes were worn, her face older, but her beauty was still faintly visible. Kayamaka. Chidinma, she whispered, tears streaming down her face. The twins froze. They knew that voice. It was their mother, Ngozi, the woman who had abandoned them as babies. She fell to her knees. My daughters, forgive me. I was blind. I thought poverty would swallow me. I never knew God had destined you for greatness. Please, take me back. The crowd watched in silence. Cameras clicked. This was the drama no one expected. Kayamaka's lips trembled. You left us when we needed you most. Chidinma's voice broke. You chose wealth over love. Do you know how Papa suffered to raise us? Ngozi wept louder. I was foolish. Please, let me be your mother again. Obinna arrived at that moment. His daughters looked at him, waiting for guidance. He placed his hands on their shoulders. My daughters, forgiveness is harder than hatred. But if you forgive her, it will free your own hearts. The twins exchanged glances. Then they lifted their mother from the ground. We forgive you, they said. But you must earn back the trust you threw away. From that day, Ngozi became part of their lives again, though never with the same authority she once had. She worked quietly, supporting their charity projects, slowly rebuilding the bridge she had burned. As for Obinna, he lived to see his dream fulfilled. His daughters built him a mansion in Nsukka and honored him publicly as the man who never gave up. And so, their story spread across Nigeria as a lesson. Do not abandon those you love in times of hardship. The future you reject today may be the very gold you seek tomorrow.